The Mr. Camilleri show. It's the Mr. C. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. Oh. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. It's the Mr. C. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Arithmetic Mayhem, only on the Mr. Camilleri Show YouTube channel. So same format, 4 rounds. I have an addition round, a subtraction round, a multiplication round, and a division round. But this episode is going to be a little different in that the focus is going to be mainly on multiplication and division. I'm going to do maybe one addition and one subtraction example, and then I'm going to get right into the multiplication and division. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be updated on all my future content. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So, first problem, 335 plus 269. So we always go all the way to the ones place. We always start out by going all the way to the ones place. First 2 digits we have to add are 5 plus 9. And remember, we regroup whenever our sum is 10 or more. 5 plus 9 equals 14. So since our sum is more than 10, we do need to regroup. The 4 and 14 goes in the ones place. The 1 and 14 gets carried over to the tens place. 3 plus 6 is 9, plus the 1 that we carried over makes it 10. Again, we need to regroup. The 0 and 10, the 0 in the number 10 goes in the tens place. The 1 in number 10 gets carried over to the hundreds place. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus the 1 that we carried over is 6. And we have our final answer. 335 plus 269 equals 604. All right, moving on to subtraction. So in subtraction, we regroup whenever there is a bottom digit that is bigger than the top digit. And as you can see in this problem, in the tens and ones place, the bottom digit is bigger, so regrouping is needed. Let me make my minus sign a little neater here. All right. So I always start out by regrouping and making sure all the top digits are bigger than the bottom digits, and then I go into the subtraction. So I'm not even going to subtract anything until I do all of my regrouping. So we always add 10 and take away 1. That's how we regroup. So the 9 is going to become an 8. And the 0 is going to become a 10. Now going over the ones place, I'm going to add a 10 from the tens place. So the 0 in the ones place will become a 10. And the 10 in the tens place, I'm going to take away 1. It's going to become a 9. I can barely see that 9. Let me make that 9 a little bigger so all of you can see it. I'm going to make it a little bigger. There we go. There we go. And I want to line it up. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to double check, make sure all my top digits are bigger. 8 is bigger than 3. 9 is bigger than 4. 10 is bigger than 5. We are ready to subtract. So going to the ones place, 10 minus 5 equals 5. Going to the tens place now, 9 minus 4 also equals 5. And going to the hundreds place, 8 minus 3. I did not plan it this way, but 8 minus 3 also equals 5. So we have our final answer. 900 minus 345 equals 555. So rounds 1 and 2 today were very, very fast. I'm going to do one problem in round 3. I'm going to move right into multiplication. And then we will take our first basketball break. First basketball break of the live stream after this multiplication problem. So, you know what? I'll start out with a single digit one. Then I'll do single digits. Then I'll do 2 digit by 1 digit. Then I'll do 3 digit by 1 digit. Then I'll do 2 digit by 2 digit. All right. So 7 times 5. Now I know that answer in my head, but let's say I did not know that answer in my head. A strategy I could do is I can make groups. So I'm going to make an array. I'm going to make 7 groups of 5. Or 5 groups of 7. I guess I'll go with 7 groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1 group of 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 groups of 5. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 3 groups of 5. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 4 groups of 5. Make a 5th group now. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That is 5 groups of 5. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 6 groups of 5. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 7 groups of 5. So I made 7 groups. I had 5 tallies in each group, and the total number of tallies is 35. All right, so I'm going to set up for my 2 digit by 1 digit multiplication problem, and then I'm going to take the first basketball break of the episode. All right. So 27 times 4, that will be the first problem that we complete after I get some buckets on the basketball court. So we are rocking out with a Nerf hoop, but I'm going to show you a drill that you can actually use when you're practicing to get better at basketball. So it's not like playing on a real hoop, but this is a layup drill that will get you really accurate at finishing around the rim. I believe it's called the Mayhem drill. I could be wrong about that, but it's very effective. What you do is you go off your inside foot. That would be the foot closest to the basket here. You go off your inside foot. You take a layup. You catch it, then you go to the other side. And then you keep going, and you try to make a certain amount in a row. Usually I try to do 10 makes on each side. So that's what I'm going to go for this time. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 7. So far, I think I'm at 7 on each side. 8, 9. Harder than it looks. 9, 10. You gotta get better with my right hand. 10. If I lose count, what I'll do is I'll do a few extra to make sure that I have not lost count. All right. So I'm going to get back to a multiplication problem. I always say healthy body, healthy mind. And when you're exercising, whether it be lifting heavy weights, running, playing basketball, it's good to drink water in between sets. It's good to hydrate. I almost always drink water in between sets. And when I do, I prefer Aquafina. Stay hydrated, my friends. I don't have any paid partnerships yet, and I got to work on that because no advertisement group would have hired me with what I just did. Okay. Going back to the math. By the way, Aquafina is a brand that sells bottled water. It's good water. All right, 27 times 4. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to multiply the digit in the ones place. 7 times 4 equals 28. So 8. Carry the 2. Now I'm going to multiply 2 times 4, and then whatever I get for an answer, I have to add 2 to that answer. So 2 times 4 equals 8. Once I add 2 to my answer, I get 10. So we have our final answer. 27 times 4 equals 108. So now we're going to move on to a 3-digit by 1 digit. $634 times 9. That'll be my next problem. 3-digit by 1 digit. So step 1, we multiply both digits in the ones place. And with multiplication, same thing. We regroup whenever our product is 10 or more. A product is the term we use when we're talking about the answer to a multiplication problem. So when our product is 10 or more, we regroup. So 4 times 9 equals 36. Since our product is more than 10, we regroup. The 6 and 36 goes in the ones place. The 3 and 36 gets carried over to the tens place. 3 times 9 equals 27. Plus 3 equals 30. The 0 and 30 goes in the tens place. The 3 in the number 30 gets carried over to the hundreds place. 6 times 9 equals 54, plus 3 equals 57. If you're not yet fluent with one-digit multiplication, what I would recommend doing is go to Google, go to images, type in multiplication chart. A bunch of multiplication charts will come up. You can save the picture and then paste the picture to a Microsoft Word document and then print it out. And that's how you can get a multiplication chart. But I would definitely recommend using a multiplication chart if you're not fluent with your one-digit multiplication. Also, I would practice your one-digit multiplication and get fluent with it. But if you're at a point where these are the assignments in class and you're not fluent with one-digit multiplication, I would definitely recommend using a multiplication chart. If you don't have a multiplication chart, you can use the array strategy that I showed earlier in this live stream. You can still get the right answers using the array strategy, but it will take a lot longer. It's not as efficient. All right. So we have our final answer, 634 times 9 equals 5,706. Now we're going to do a 2-digit by 2-digit problem. And then we're going to take another basketball break. So 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication problem. Then we will take another basketball break before we continue to division. All right. 74 times 48. All right, so step one, we multiply both digits in the ones place. 4 times 8 equals 32. So we're going to put a 2 in the ones place. The 3 and 32 is going to get carried over to the tens place. 7 times 8 equals 56, plus 3 equals 59. Cross that 3 out. Now, since we already multiplied both digits in the ones place, I'm going to put a 0 in the ones place. Now I'm going to multiply the top digit in the ones place times the bottom digit in the tens place. Then my answer is going to go here. 4 times 4 equals 16. So the 6 and 16 goes in the tens place. The 1 and 16 gets carried over to the hundreds place. 7 times 4 equals 24. I mean, not 7 times 4 equals 28. 7 times 4 equals 28. You see, that's why you don't rush. That's why you got to take your time. 7 times 4 equals 28, plus 1 equals 29. So now, I'm going to add both of these numbers up. All right. So we're going to go to the ones place now. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 9 plus 6 equals 15. 5, carry the 1. 5 plus 9 equals 14. Plus 1 is 15. 5, carry the 1 again. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And we have our final answer. 74 times 48 equals 3,552. Huge thank you for everybody tuning in, and thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that's watching from Sweden. I was going to take a basketball break, but those in the chat, you want me to do one more math problem, or do you want me to go right into the basketball break? Let me ask the chat. Type of 1 for basketball break, type of 2 for one more math problem. Two, all right. 82 times 29, that'll be my next math problem. Adios, mío. Again, if you're not fluent with your one-digit multiplication, I would definitely recommend getting a multiplication chart and using a multiplication chart to solve these problems. You could also solve them using arrays, but it'll take a lot longer. All right, so first step, we multiply the digits in the ones place. So we're going to multiply 2 times 9. 2 times 9 equals 18. Now, because our product is more than 10, we have to regroup. So the 8 and 18 goes in the ones place. The 1 and 18, we have to carry that over to the tens place. Now I'm going to multiply 8 times 9, and then whatever my product is, I have to add 1 to that. 8 times 9 equals 72, plus the 1 that we carried over makes it 73. Now, since we already multiplied both digits in the ones place, I'm going to put a 0 in the ones place. Now we're going to multiply the top digits by the times the bottom digit in the tens place. 2 times 2 equals 4. Now, I do not need to regroup there because our product is less than 10. Whenever our product's less than 10, regrouping is not needed. 8 times 2 equals 16. So now the final step is I have to add these two numbers together, and then I will have my answer. So 8 plus 0 equals 8. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7 plus 6 equals 13. 3 carry the 1. And 1 plus 1 equals 2. And we have our final answer. 82 times 29 equals 2,378. So now I'm going to do a quick basketball break. I'm going to try to get as many dunks as I can in a minute. And then I'll give the chat the option of either doing another multiplication problem or moving on to division. All right. All right, so I'm going to move this chair out of the way. All right, we are into the minute. Got to get as many dunks as I can for the 25-minute mark. Here we go. 1, 2. I'm going to go faster this time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I dropped the ball. 11. 12. Tiring. I upped my score a little bit. That's a 2-rep PR, 2-rep personal record. Yes, this is one of the things I do in my free time. That is correct. During my free time, I live stream how to model problems. I dunk on my Nerf hoop. And also, I do compete in powerlifting. So training for powerlifting is a third thing that I do in my free time. I'm actually supposed to have a meet coming up in New York next week, next Sunday. But yeah, powerlifting, dunking on a Nerf hoop, and live streaming. That's how I spend most of my free time. Correct. Whew. Always hydrate. Healthy body, healthy mind. Yes, I work as a teacher. I'm a teacher in the United States of America. This is my 9th year teaching. I do work as a teacher, and this is my 9th year teaching. All right, another problem now. All right. Type of 1 in the chat. I hope so. I don't know. I have great students, though. My students are awesome. All right, type of 1 in the chat if you want another multiplication problem. Type of 2 if you want me to move on to division. All right, I will move on to division. All right. Start with a fairly simple one. 25,535 divided by 5. So we want to start. Can you see that problem? Let me make that problem a little bigger. I'll make that a little bigger because if it looks hard to see for me, then it's probably hard to see for you. All right. All right, there we go. 25,535 divided by 5. So step 1, we want to multiply by the smallest digit possible. And the only rule is that the digit inside the square has to be bigger than the digit outside the square. So looking here, we can't do 1 digit by 1 digit because 5 is bigger than 2. But we can do, trying to cover this up, we can start out with 2 digits here. 25 would be bigger than 5. So 25 divided by 5 equals 5. If we count by 5s to see how many groups of 5 we can get in 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So there's 5 groups of 5 within 25. If we do 25 minus 25, there is no remainder. We get 0. Next step. Welcome. Shout out to everybody that's from Vietnam. We bring down the 5. 5 divided by 5. If we count by 5s, 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 5 goes into 5 one time. If we do 5 minus 5, we get 0. Again, no remainder. I'm going to bring down the 3 now. Now, if you notice, if we start at 0, we count by 5s. We're already too far. Five goes into 3 0 times. So 3 minus 0 equals 3. Final step, we bring the final number down. We have 35. 5 divided by 35, I got to figure out how many groups of 5 go into 35. 5, that's one group of 5. 10, that's two groups of 5. 15, 3 groups of 5 so far. 20, 4 groups of 5. 25, 5 groups of 5. 30, 6 groups of 5. 35, and that is 7 groups of 5. We had to count by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to get to 35. So 35 divided by 5 equals 7. 35 minus 35 equals 0, so there is no remainder. We have our final answer. 25,535 divided by 5 equals 5,107. All right, I'm going to rock out with another one. One more problem, then I'll take another basketball break. All right, 336 divided by 8. Make this one a little simpler here. So step 1, got to figure out, we're going to divide by, so again, 8 is bigger than 3, so we can't divide by 1 digit, but we can divide by 2 digits. We can start figuring out how many times 8 goes into 33. So I'm going to count by 8s now. 8, that's one group of 8. 16, 2 groups of 8. 24, 3 groups of 8. Oh, man, let me make that a little bigger so y'all can see. 8, 16, 24. We are at 3 groups of 8 so far. We have 8, we have 16, we got 24. Now I'm going to count by 8 again. I'm at 32. Currently at 4 groups of 8. Now, if I keep going, if I count by 8 again, I'll be at 40. 40 is too far. 40 is too far. But I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 8 within 33. So I was able to count by 8 4 times before going over the number 33. So 33 divided by 8 equals 4. There is a remainder there. Since 32 was as close as I could get to 33 without going over, that's what I'm going to subtract. 33 minus 32 equals 1. I'm going to bring down the 6. Now I got to figure out how many groups of 8 go into 16. I could start counting from 0, but I already have. There's a quicker way. I can simply just do this. Counting by 8 is 8, 16. I can count by 8 twice to get to 16. There's 2 groups of 8 within the number 16. So 16 divided by 8 equals 2. I landed right on the number 16, so there is no remainder. 16 minus 16 equals 0. All right, so before I do my final problem, I'm going to do another basketball break. So again, I'm going as many dunks as I can get in 1 minute. I'm going to probably start at the 35-minute mark. This round, I'll do dunks off the backboard. Last time, I just kind of did two-handed dunks. But this time, I actually throw each dunk off the backboard and get it. Going as fast as I can for a minute. All right, we are on. Let's see if this over the hill old man can still get above the rim. All right, here we go. 1, stop counting on my fingers. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. 7. Woo. 7 seconds left. 8. All right. Not my fastest. I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired. All right. Gonna do a final division problem before I call it a video. Huge thank you to everybody tuning in. All right. Woo. Shout out to everybody watching on live from Sweden and from Vietnam. From wherever you are, if you're watching this video, I appreciate you. Woo. All right. Okay, what's next? Yeah. Trying to think of a problem that's 820. No, I want you to see one where I can do it 1 digit by 1 digit. So 5 divided by 5,475. 5 divided by 5,475. We want to divide by the smallest digit possible. If we look at this problem, as you can see, we can actually do 1 digit by 1 digit division here. Only rule is that the number inside's got to be as big or bigger, equal to or bigger than the number outside, and we can do that here. So if I count by 5s, 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 minus 5 equals 0. Step 2, we bring down the 4. 5 goes into 4 0 times. If we start counting by 5s, we already passed the number 4 here. So 4 minus 0 equals 4. Now I'm going to bring down the 7. You got to figure out how many times 5 goes into 7. So here we go. 5. That's one group of 5. Hang on. Ooh. Let me make it so you can see. All right. That's one group of 5. 10. 2 groups of 5. 15. 3 groups of 5. 20. 4 groups of 5. 25, 5 groups of 5. 30, 6 groups of 5. 35, 7 groups of 5. 40, 8 groups of 5. 45, 9 groups of 5. If I go to 50, I'll be too far. So 5 goes into 47 9 times. You can get 9 groups of 5 within 47. 45 was as close as I could get to 47 without going over. So I got to do 47 minus 45. (47 minus 45 equals 2. Bring down the 5. Got to figure out how many groups of 5 go into 25. So let me count that out here. 5. That's one group. 10, 2 groups of 5. 15, we're at 3 groups of 5. 20, we're at 4 groups of 5. 25, we are at 5 groups of 5, and there is no remainder. So 25 divided by 5 equals 5. And we have our final answer. 25 minus 25 is 0. There is no remainder. And we have our final answer, 5,475 divided by 5 equals 1,095. All right, that is my video for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit a like button, subscribe to my channel. In the chat, if there's another area of math that you want me to demonstrate, put that in the chat, and I'll do a future video on that skill. I'm most likely live streaming again tomorrow. I do have an edited video coming out tonight, but it's kind of simple math. It might be too easy for you. I believe it's 2-digit addition is the episode I have coming out tonight. So that might be too easy for everybody watching right now. But 7 o'clock tonight, that's going to be premiering on YouTube, and then I'll probably be live streaming again tomorrow. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Yep, have a good rest of the day.